actually going shooting tomorrow, and that is going to be the test for this thing. Because where we go shooting has very bad cell phone signal. So I think this will be a very good test for the HiBoost cell phone signal booster. Yeah, this is everything that comes in the box. After I made a mess of it, we'll start laying it out to install it on the truck and kind of go through the process of making sure this thing works so you have a reliable cell phone signal while at camp or traveling. Alright, so climbing up here on the rack of the truck, I'm thinking about kind of mounting it right here because then the cable routing lines up to exactly where I'm going to be putting it. So it's going to kind of go right here. It won't be much taller than the tent, so we should be in pretty good shape with that. So I'm going to get a little bit of Loctite going here. Get a rag also so I don't make a mess like last time. Just put a tiny bit on there. There we go. That should be fine. I am going to be using a washer as a spacer because there is a beveled edge for their mounting setup, and I need to kind of take up some space so it's a flat flush mount onto the rack itself. Okay, threading that on there. I have my wrench. I hope I have all the tools because it was a slog to kind of climb through the bed rack. And yeah, so the wire will kind of run through here, or maybe I'll even kind of tuck it through the rack and then down into the crack of the window. So maybe checking that out. Yeah, maybe it'll go something like that. Or I could turn this sideways. Maybe I'll end up turning it sideways so it's just a extremely, like, it'll look a lot more uniform. And then the way that that spring goes, yeah, it'll be able to take any shock that is on the trail, and this ain't going nowhere, man. So yeah, there it is on the rack of the truck. Let me straighten this out and then we'll start cable routing. Well, now that we've completed step one, let's move on to step two. We are connecting the cable. This is the 15-foot cable it comes with. Just screws in there. It's extremely easy. I will clean up a lot or all of this cable stuff later. I just want to get this installed to show you guys. So with this 15-foot cable, I am going to run it down the back of here behind the seat, and then the whole setup is going to be living underneath the seat in the center because we don't really put anything there for storage anyway. So it'll be really nice for cable routing, for the power, and for the antenna itself. So got it connected here. So now let's start running it under the seat. All right, so the next step is connect the DC power supply to the booster. I just turned it off or made sure it was off. Then what I'm going to do is connect the outdoor antenna to the booster next. Make sure that's threaded on and good. This is kind of just testing for now, and then I will clean it up here in a minute and show you guys the presentation at the end. Okay, so I have all of it connected. I did already download the Signal Supervisor app. It's extremely easy. I'm already got the thing hooked up and everything registered with the app. So you just need to make a username, password, your phone number, so it sends you a code for verification, and then just answer a few questions for warranty purposes, and then you have a 3-year warranty on it. And then from there, you're just registered, good to go. So I have everything completely connected. So now I'm going to turn it on, let it kind of light up. So from what it looks like, everything is good to go. I'll click on the device. So you want everything from what it says here. Just to read to you guys, use the Signal Supervisor app to help with install. The booster will work at best if the gain reaches 50 decibels, but if you can't get so, at least ensure the gain on the gauges reaches 46 to 50 decibels. If not, please kindly adjust the position of the inside antenna. So I do just want to kind of recreate on where it's going to go. It's just going to go behind the seat. So it shows for cell it's 38 decibels, but everything else is 50. So I'll kind of move it up a little bit. Now it's 41 and 38. So I guess you just got to kind of play with it to see where works best with the internal antenna in your vehicle. I will disconnect my Wi-Fi just to see how much better my signal is just at home. But yeah, I guess that's where you need to play with this internal antenna or inside the vehicle antenna to just really see what signal works best for you. All right, well, we are out here shooting, and we're actually at the same spot that recently I maybe had 1 bar of LTE service, no 5G or anything, and I could barely receive a text message, let alone a phone call or loading up music or doing any of that or loading a web page. So we're back out here. I'm going to get the cell phone booster turned on, and let's see the results. All right, so jumping on the phone to test the booster. Looking at it now, we're at the little satellite with SOS, so we have literally no cell phone service. So I'll turn on the booster. Well, let's see if that gets better. I'll go into the app too. Oh, see, we have 2 bars of LTE right off the bat. So it went from nothing to 2 bars of LTE. Hold on. Come on, booster. All right, there we go. Everything's in the blue. I mean, you want that between 46 and 50 for these. But just for what you're working with, you got 2 bars of LTE. So I'm going to attempt to text Natalie. So let me send hot pockets, please. Testing cell booster. All right. Oh, sent and delivered. Before with zero service, that wouldn't be possible. So that is awesome. Let's try to load up a web page, test our luck a little bit. It's just Google. Maybe it'll load, maybe it won't. I mean, if you're using this while camping, it's pretty much just to get service to contact people. I don't think you should really be scrolling too much if you're out there camping. So that's the whole point of escaping. All right, loaded up Google. So if you happen to want to search something, there you go. All right, that is delivered to Natalie. Jumping out. Now we're down to 1 bar of LTE, but I mean it's still enough to make a call or do what you need to do when we literally had nothing. Now we're at 2. So now I will turn off the booster just to see if it goes back to the SOS, and then from there it kind of shows that this thing did its job. I connected it and it got you to 1 bar even with it off. See, now it's at 2. So yeah, it's just pretty much improving what you got. All right, well, I think that's a pretty successful test. Pretty much the goal of a cell phone booster is to just improve what you got. It says it right in the instructions. So they're not trying to make cell phone service out of thin air. It's pretty much improving what you got. So we had nothing or next to nothing, and we were able to get 2 bars of LTE out of it, and then turning off the booster, it kept us at 1 bar, and then turning it back on a second time, it got us up to 2. So it just improved what we got, which I think, in my opinion, is a successful test, because the goal is to just have enough service to make a phone call or send a text message if you're in a situation, or just to stay connected while you are on the road. I do have the truck model, so it is perfect for traveling. If you're on the highway trucker, you know, long range overlanding, exploring, have an RV, anything like that, I think this is a good fit for your vehicle, just to help keep you connected in those spotty cell phone service spots.